Hi, welcome to our new podcast show, Marketing Disrupted. This discussion is to build a context and understanding of the existing technologies and what's next in store for various domains of AdTech and Martech. We're trying to make sense of how clients are leveraging technologies, how businesses are coming out with newer solutions to solve old and complex problems. A special focus on client and tech partnerships, seamless integrations, and of course, what's the next step and set of leaps for brands and marketeers alike. I'd like to introduce our guests today. Bhaskar Ramesh, who is the director of Google's Omnichannel Businesses. Welcome to the show, Bhaskar. And I also have with me for this episode and probably for a lot more. Amiya is a partner at EY and he leads the marketing advisory business for EY in India and the Middle East. Welcome, Ami. Let's get started as quickly as we can. So, thank you for coming in. And Ami, I know you had a very tough time at BKC fighting all the traffic. What are the things that marketeers should aim to do in the foreseeable future to catch up with the changing trends of technology and what is that you see in the marketplace?
So, to begin with, I think there is enough and more technology available to catch up and to keep up with it. It's the most challenging task for a CMO today. Technology is evolving faster than outcomes or the results which it's producing for a CMO to really assess whether it's really working out or not. By the time they're implementing a new tech comes in, data is getting generated at a pace which is phenomenal today. And what that really does is that it provides a lot more insights into various aspects. And one of the roles that a CMO really plays very well today, they're this chief dot connectors, and that's what I call them because they are at the helm of all the data that gets generated in the organization. The insight from from that data really gets provided to say a product design, a research team, feedback system, sales, finance. There are a lot of insights that the data really data produces. So it's not just for the consumption of a marketer today. Now, to keep pace with that, they have to keep creating new hypotheses. They have to keep working on new set of rules. New insights is really evolving into a completely new domain, which is way beyond the periphery of the operations of a CMO today. And it's very, very exciting. So, foreseeable future, I see that the CMO has a much more expansive role to play in an organization and not just marketing. And that's where you'll see the lines are getting blurred between a CMO and a CTO. They have to, you know, evolve their role into implementing technologies. CMO's role is also evolving into data analysts because there is a lot of inciting that they have to do. And the realms of data which is getting produced today, data analytics was always there, but what technology has enabled is to generate, capture, analyze it at another scale. And that's where your consumer experience comes into the picture, your customer journeys comes into the picture. So, foreseeable future, the lines are all blurred. CMO will have to don multiple more hats than ever before.
But with so much of data being thrown around, Bhaskar, this is so much for you. How does a CMO analyze all of this data? Is he going to do it all by himself? What kind of tech will he use? The new buzzword around everywhere is now AI, and that's going to solve a whole load of problems. Why don't you give us some insight on where you see this going?
What's happening today? The operating rhythm is changing across businesses and industries because the world is changing rapidly and with technology at the center of it. So every 15 years, there's a new platform shift that actually happens. We moved from mainframes to PCs and PCs to the internet and then to the mobiles and smartphones. And now we are in what we call as the intelligence era, right? We are moving from an information era to an intelligence era. And that has implications on how businesses actually operate for the next few decades. a CMO needs to operate in this new reality, which is a fundamental foundational platform shift. So the progressive CEO is asking three questions, right? How can I leverage AI to drive growth? How can I leverage AI to drive productivity? And how can I drive AI? How can I leverage AI to do transformation and reimagine the business, right? So now, and to Amiya's point, a CMO has a lot more to do in this new reality than probably just building a brand or driving a part of the business. So how can you really use leverage AI to reduce costs in the way
Yeah.
marketing operating costs are actually quite heavy. So what are the repetitive tasks in this entire thing? uh, Gen AI in particular is actually transforming creative quite dramatically, right? So how can you truly leverage all this technology to kind of save production costs, do more personalized creatives, measure and measure better, right? Overall, I think all these aspects are, so CMO can actually play a role in all the three dimensions, right? In deliver growth, deliver better productivity, and also like totally reimagine customer experiences. Yeah, and change the business.
Wow.
Like one of the use cases I'll mention to Bhaskar's point, where a CMO plays a very critical role in business growth and cost optimization. Now, one of the things which is today, which is happening is because of the digital marketing, the number of leads which get generated has to still be serviced, right? AI will play a very critical role as it evolves. However, currently the setup is that all the leads fall into the call center.
Correct.
Now, imagine if you have tons of leads falling into the call center, which majority of them being junk. You're still paying the call center. That's a
And you're paying for the lead.
and you're paying for the lead. Now, imagine if technology helps identifying good leads and only qualified leads fall with the call center. It's saving tons of money for the client and the brands today. Now, if the ambit of a CMO restricts specifically to the marketing domain, they will be looking and tracking brand, they will be looking and tracking maybe ROAS, if at all, right? If that's in the
I'm
performance
yet to
marketing.
find a CFO who's not going to ask his CMO to give him ROAS details on every penny that
Absolutely.
he spent.
Absolutely. But why not give details of what's my call center efficiency? And that's
Certainly.
the realm I'm talking about, where data analysis plays a very critical role. And that's where technology has really shaped up to even identify the quality of leads. And once it gets qualified, then it should go to the subsequent round, right? Otherwise, you're wasting a lot of money.
That's true. That's true.